Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are looking at the Morphed Donatello and the Morphed Leonardo figures. This is the Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover for the Lightning Collection, which obviously in the comics. I haven't really read the Turtle comics, but I thought the figures looked okay, and I'm only collecting them for reviews and for trying to get every single one. So let's begin on this. This is a really nice window display. You can see both turtles. You can see the weapons in here, even though I thought that weapon would go over here. Who knows? It's placed really weirdly. And then you get the kind of like mini sword there for obviously Leonardo. So we can see the two turtle faces, and all inside here we have the Raphael for Donatello, and then we have here for this one. Like, they look pretty cool on the back. Not a big fan of the lightning effects, but hey, that's a thing. And then there we go, we have Leonardo there. At the top it just says Power Rangers Lightning Collection. It says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and at the bottom is just the barcode and stuff. But yeah, let's open up these bad boys and have a look inside. Okay, so here is everything that you get in here. I'm not going to be taking everything out, but you can see that we have lightning effects here. We have the two heads, we have Donatello, and we have Leonardo. Now, I've just noticed on mine, which is really annoying just here, I don't know if you can see it, but literally it's not even painted properly, it's scuffed, and that's really frustrating. But considering the price I paid for this, not really that particularly bothered. But yeah, you get the Power Axe and Power Axe staff, you get Leonardo's weapons, and then you get the different hands for the different turtles. So let's go have a look at each one. This is Donatello. I think this is possibly going to be one of my favorite ones because I think the black and the gold works absolutely like spot on. Even the sash type thing works really, really nice, as well as the gold and white symbol in the middle looks really, really nice. The only thing I don't like is the fact that he has red eyes. Generally not a big fan of that one, but this I think looks absolutely like stunning. Really nice figure. It's again probably one of my favorites. Even though there's like black, a bit of gold that's just kind of gone on there. Again, not really that bothered. But I really like the fact that the diamonds are raised on him as well. That really does kind of set it aside compared to what we've had in the past. So this is definitely like fantastic. Even like moving the arms up, it feels like it's an easier one. It feels like it's meant to be the best one out of the lot. I also really like the fact that if you wanted to put in, say, his weapon, you can do. And if it's what I think it is, so you can either put it in like, oh, you can't even do that. Oh, I thought that maybe it would be a soft plastic. So yeah, you do have to force it in, but you can put in his weapon if need be, and I think that looks really, really nice. I think I just like the sash. Like, I think it's really nice, and it adds to like what the turtles are. And especially since you've given him I've given him his weapon, it works really, really well. So yeah, like I feel like this is one of the best ones, and this is one of my favorite ones. I think it's really cool. Like, you've also got on the Morpher, right here you actually have the Mastodon power coin, so that works absolutely like nice. Like this, just the weapon alone works really well in my eyes. The Leonardo turtle figure isn't too bad as well. There are blemishes on it that I'm not a huge big fan of, and it feels like they've just pulled out the arms from the mold, which doesn't really sit well. Like, I think the eyes look okay on this one. I do kind of like the fact that there's no like lips for the turtles on like the mouthpiece. That's pretty much like in every single one. It's never been like a mouthpiece whatsoever, and I think that kind of works with it. You can see the Triceratops coin on the actual Morpher. And I also kind of like the fact on his back, we do have the kind of like the design, but you can put in his weapons, which I feel is a really nice touch. And I like the fact that they have Triceratops just there and there, as you can see. Works nice. Like, I like the fact that they've added this in, so you could pose them if you didn't want them to hold their weapons. The diamonds are raised on him as well, on his cuffs and on his boot cuffs as well, and it works perfectly. Again, I like the sash that goes alongside it. because it works nicely. Like, again, I think all the arms are pretty much exactly the same when it comes to it, which is a bit of a shame because I think having different arms, like the muscles, would have been really, really cool rather than using the same one and then just painting it whichever color. But yeah, I think if I was to say with the helmet, the eyes are probably the only ones that I generally really like on this figure, because I don't know, it kind of really suits it. But you have the generic blue, white, and gold, and then that is particularly it. Now, I have noticed with weapons, we're just going to carry on with weapon one, that if you wanted to, you can combine them to make, say, a mini lance. So that's really cool that they've put it in there. I don't know if it's in the comics, but I generally really like this. I think this is a really cool, unique feature for the figure. Let's look at the articulation for Donatello. Like the feet, okay, they click into place, not too bad. Very, like, I don't know why I do it from that angle. Like, you really have to force the legs on this one. Like, again, I really wish that they didn't make them as tight for the first time, but then part of me is like, oh, I hate the fact that it would be too loose. So you can definitely bend the arms and the legs to kind of click it in place. I'm hoping that that would have freed it up a tiny bit. The muscle definition on the legs, fantastic. He's not skipped leg day, has he? There we go. So the bottom kind of moves on its own, but again, we won't get much of the kind of articulation like on the torso, which I'm not really that bothered. You can tell how much I love the Lightning Collection, can't you? So the arms do go up. You can bring them in if you want. Which isn't too bad. I think this is my favorite one. Donatello, and the head turns around as well, which is okay. Leonardo next, so the legs or the feet move around. The legs bend like so. You can move that around there. Again, lower kind of moves a lot more, and you can see just that, which is quite nice. So the arms will move up, the hands will turn around. Same thing as like if I just didn't do it with Donatello, they're exactly the same. Then you can bring arms in, like so. And then you can also turn the head if need be. So yeah, he is not too bad as well. These heads were so much easier to put on than Michelangelo. I don't know the reason why, like his wouldn't go on properly. I thought Leo was going to have the exact same sort of problem where you have to really force it to kind of put it in. But to be fair, I really like Donatello. His went on really quickly. It snapped straight into place. And I really like his head sculpt with his goggles, his orange eyes, all look really nice. And it adds a little bit more kind of life to this particular figure. Leonardo reminds me very similar towards the movie version where it stands out. I really do like it. His kind of like closed mouth expression is really cool. And I think it works. Like, out of all of them, I think I like these two with just the turtle heads on. Shame that Michelangelo never had the same, and I can't really remember that for Raph as well. That's been like, I think, X amount of years. But I really like this. This works really nicely, and I think these two are probably the best turtle figures that we've had for the Lightning Collection so far. And there are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Power Rangers. These are actually really nice figures. I think out of all of them, these two are my favorite. I really like the fact of Donatello's power bow axe or whatever, as well as Leonardo's swords. I think they look really nice. They really work well together, and these two are probably the perfect turtle figures for me personally. I used to be a huge fan of turtles, but for me, having Power Ranger turtles, it's just like a dream come true, effectively. But I really do like them. I feel like these two are the best figures that we've had. So if you're looking for them, I would highly recommend picking them up if you can get them at a cheap price. I know they've probably gone crazy high since the Lightning Collection has kind of stopped. But yeah, these are really nice figures, definitely worth picking up. But my question to you is, what do you think about this? Are these figures that you really want, or are you kind of passing on them? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to help support the channel, then clicking like, favoriting, commenting, and also subscribing with notifications on to help the channel. And if you want to go a little bit extra, then why not check out the Patreon, channel memberships, and the merch that is there on the channel. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimona Cat, Curious, Leonardo. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。